Hey guys, what's up? It's Mars here, and I'm trying something different. I am doing the face cam, and I don't know if it's going to be helpful for you guys or whatever, but I just figured I would try a face cam for once. If you guys like it, maybe I keep going, maybe I do it in other games. If you guys don't like it, then it's not a big deal. I usually keep the face cam for the live streams, actually, and since it's been a while since I've live streamed and stuff, I figured I would just do that here. So this is the forest. Yes, I talk with my hands a lot. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum so I don't move around and kind of get it off focus from the game. But this is the forest, and this is kind of an XP farming place. It's really good for about 6 to 7,000 souls on a just general run. Basically, you have 3 guys who give you 2,000 and 1 guy who gives you 1,000 on a normal run. Right now there's a few extra guys, and I go in here just trying to kill them with backstabs and whatnot, not actually doing the run, just to show you guys. It can get a little tricky. This guy that I'm fighting right now that's half invisible, he won't actually respawn if you kill him once. There are certain characters in the forest like that, certain mobs or whatever like that, but it's not all of them. So I'm just going to go through it, do the run a couple times, and show you guys exactly how it's done and what you can do to kind of make it better and to farm souls. And then there's a bit more stuff later on. So I'm not too worried about losing souls in this area just because it's so easy to gather again, and it's so easy to get your souls if you do lose them. So this is the run I like to take. I stick to the left side, or it might be this side for you. Anyways, I stick to the left side. I run all the way, I get that guy to follow me, if you can see him clearly, and then I just kind of circle back around. Usually I like to kind of zigzag the trees. I don't always do it, and sometimes it screws you up because if you're not zigzagging trees, that guy with the spell, the sorcerer, can actually hit you in the back, and that can either cause you a like kind of insta-death if your defense and stuff isn't high enough, or cause you to actually get stunned and then get killed. So this is a technique. You run in this corner. They can't actually get in the corner. They do this weird thing where they have to get on the stairs and come kind of jump off and try to attack you. So it's a perfect spot. You just kind of get there, you put your shield up, and you block, and they just bounce off of it like that. And in a matter of seconds, look at the souls I've gotten. Now this is a little bit extra. There was a little bit extra because there's a couple guys in the forest there that I killed, and they won't actually respawn. So that's what's going on there. This guy was giving me a little bit of a pain. I decided to just kick him off, and 10,000 souls later, all you do is go to the bonfire and it resets them. You do it again. Really simple, like close to the dragon a few episodes ago, that red drake, where you could farm about 400 to 500 souls in the beginning if you really wanted to farm souls quickly and stuff, and then sure enough, this is kind of the method if you want to do it a bit later in the game and gain some levels really quickly, really fast, and a lot of levels is what I'm saying. So this is the method. Not too bad. You'll see here how I kind of well, screw it up, but it's okay, it's not a big deal. I'm not taking cover between trees, and he cast it twice. I didn't do the zigzagging, I didn't put things between me and him, and that's exactly what happens. I just die. So not a big deal. I know I can get those souls in no time. Even if I lose them, I know I can gather all the souls. Basically, I just want to get it for the humanity I lost, and that's kind of the technique there. So I've been enjoying playing this game. I know I've said that before. I've gotten it on PC, and I'm just waiting until I can get a controller for the PC, because pretty much the only thing I have are wireless controllers and the SCUF controller, and for some reason, even though the SCUF controller is wired, it doesn't read it the same way it would like a regular wired controller. So I just have to get my hands on either a wired controller or kind of a wireless thing. See, all my controllers are wireless, so it's what happens. I actually prefer wired, but I mean, they don't make them. They don't make cool ones, and I like collecting cool ones, like the Gears controller. I have a pink one, I have a white one or whatever. I have like different controllers that I like, and they don't make all the cool special edition ones wired or whatever, so I have to kind of deal and live with that, but it's okay. I'm just waiting for basically my wired controller so I can actually play Dark Souls on PC and really have fun. Because I tried it with the mouse and the keys, and it was really, really weird. I don't think that's how most people play Dark Souls on the PC. I think most people actually use the controller. And there's a couple areas in the game that are supposed to be smoother running on PC as well, so I'm really looking forward to trying those for myself. And Also, since I'm kind of a Xbox achievement whore, on PC it's in games for Windows, so I can pretty much get all the achievements again, so I can double my gamer score with Dark Souls, so that's pretty cool. Something fun to do. So as you see, this guy, he'll just cast and cast and cast sometimes, so you might want to move around, run around a little bit. You can even go kill him if he's the last guy. He's pretty much the only guy that gives me like a real pain in the ass. That, and there's kind of another invisible guy that's a little, I don't know, a little finicky. He'll get stuck sometimes on the trees while he's running. So it's not a big deal, but that's about like the kind of the only issue here. Apart from that, waiting for my stuff. There's a lot of good games going on sale, and I'm really excited for that because it's summer, and you know it's the summer sales. I haven't been paying attention to Summer of Arcade. I don't know if they're doing anything this year with the whole like all the announcements and everything. But I always look forward to that. Like we just bought Elo Milo, and that was really fun. I'm going to continue the playthrough if you guys are enjoying that, so that's something to look forward to on the channel. I just saw that Far Cry was 20 bucks, and I might be picking that up if it's still on sale in a couple days, so I hope that's still there. And Assassin's Creed 3 is 15 bucks, which I have for PC, but I don't like the way it handles on PC because I've been playing every Assassin's Creed on the Xbox since Assassin's Creed 1 came out. So I'm really used to kind of the controls and stuff, how it works on the Xbox, and just kind of the feel of it is different, and it's a different experience than sitting here on a PC. I did enjoy the PC. I mean, I must have played like 3 or 4 hours on the PC, but if things work, I couldn't get it to record the way I wanted to and stuff like that. But if things work and I can get Assassin's Creed 3, then I'll definitely, if you guys are interested, I'll do some videos because it's just 15 bucks, and I figured I might as well, even though I have a copy and I can play it anytime on PC, I might as well pick it up on the Xbox and have it. And even if you guys have it on Xbox or whatever, and that happens. But yeah, some multiplayer or whatever. It's definitely a cool game with a really awesome multiplayer mechanic. So it'd be some fun. What else am I looking for? The Steam sales should be awesome, and there's a whole bunch of other websites for games, like for PC games, that give like a lot of really great deals. Like I got Dark Souls for 10 bucks. And that's the Prepare to Die edition. That's all the DLC and everything, which if I were to buy that on Xbox, just the DLC alone would probably cost me 15 bucks. So I got the game and the DLC for less than the DLC price on Xbox. So I figure that's a win, right? Like I mean, you can't dispute that. Dark Souls is a great game. It's a beautiful game, and pretty much as many ways as I can experience it, I definitely will and would like to. And it'll be the same thing with Dark Souls 2. If you can see in the mountain there's a little glitch. You can actually see some of the map like further behind, so it's really funny, really cool to be able to see that. Sometimes you'll see little, not summon signs, but people have written notes with the orange soapstone, which is something I think I forgot to pick up. I should buy one just to show you guys how to write like messages and stuff, but it's all kind of, you have your certain words that you can put together. You can't really type out your own message. Like you wouldn't be able to go like really foul and dirty with the message if you'd want to. Like it's really these strict messages that say like need soldier or need undead, or I know those aren't the exact words, but it's words you picked and put together basically is how you compose the messages, which is pretty cool. So here I go into some dexterity. I was going to go all the way, but I found it was a little bit too much to kind of go everything dex. So I put a little bit of resistance because I've realized I was getting hurt a little bit, and a little endurance. Thanks to my friend Scotty for that kind of tip. I may turn this character into a PvP. It's something that Scotty, my friend, he's like probably the only friend of mine who's actually like played Dark Souls as much and more than I have. So it's really cool to be able to talk to him and have like these interactions where we can talk about Dark Souls or whatever. But he told me if I want to make a PvP character to kind of get the thief and make a build around those things. So I think I might try to do that, because not only is it going to be good for PvP if I do try it, it's actually going to be good just as kind of a general thing, just playing the game as it is. So Resistance is always good because, I mean, that is your defense, and your endurance is good because it's how much you can carry, which is pretty much your armor and stuff, so that's defense as well. So the combination between the two is going to help, and the dexterity is really going to help with my bows, because I've been finding I've been using them a lot, and as well for my bandit's knife and any like weapon I choose to use with kind of a high dexterity leveling will be like really good for that. So I figured it's worth a try. It's a different build than what I'm used to, and that's fine, because that's what Dark Souls is about for me, is trying something new every time. And I still have to say my sorcerer build, my int or intelligence build, has been my favorite so far, just because of the sheer damage it can make. Because honestly, like if you use the heavy soul arrows, I can just wreck bosses no problem. The first playthrough, like I really didn't have a problem with the first playthrough. Everything I did went like super quick, compared to, I think I have about 80 or 90 hours in my very first character. I might want to say it's even past the 100 hours in my first character, and I'm about one playthrough and a half. With my intelligence build, I want to say it took me probably like a good 30 hours to complete the game the first time, and that's doing pretty much everything the game has to offer, not just running straight through to kind of beat it. And that's what my goal is with this character as well, is to do everything the game has to the game has to offer. So it's really a lot of stuff if you look at it in terms of like if you're doing everything. One of the things is like a special Lautrec mission, which I have a weird moment with Lautrec where he disappears and then he comes back, and I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? I didn't know where he went. But anyways, there's a little bit of stuff later on. I'll talk about that later. But it's an optional thing. You can choose to not have to deal with that, but I'm going to deal with it just because I want to show you guys what it is. If you're interested, if you're never going to play the game, at least you can experience as much stuff as possible. So that's kind of my main goal here. It's a walkthrough, it's a playthrough. A little guide if you want it to, you know, it can help you out, it can not help you out, it can be fun to watch, whatever you choose is kind of the way it is. So I realized that the longbow is actually going to be better than the short bow, so I'm going to focus on that, and it also has an S rating for the dex, so I'm just going to kind of deal or focus with the longbow from now on. I'm gonna get rid of the short bow. It's not really worth keeping around and using if I have a longbow that's better than that. Same thing with the bandit's knife. I think as soon as I find like a kind of good weapon like that, I'll be using that. As you see, you can see the scaling, the A in the longbow and the S in the short bow. Once I level up the longbow a couple times, that'll go up to S ranking, and it'll scale like with my dex. Pretty much the best possible ranking you can, well, not pretty much, it is the best possible ranking you can actually get for the scaling. So that's pretty much what's going on there. And yeah, it's just as good as the short bow, and it's not even fully upgraded to as high as like I could get it without having any of the other embers, which is something I want to talk about. I'm going to take my time to get the embers. If you really want to do a speed run, or you kind of want to rush through the game and have goals and stuff like that, you really want to focus on the embers, because the embers are actually what upgrades your weapons. Now, I like the pure regular weapons, which would be Andre, that upgrades your weapons. There are 4 blacksmiths, if I'm not mistaken. Andre, there is Riku. Yeah, I think there's 4 blacksmiths. So they each take different embers. You can get kind of fire, lightning, magic, divine weapons. Then you can get the regular build weapons and raw weapons. I think I got them all. Sorry if I didn't. Then there are upgraded, like the upgrade fire is chaos, and the upgrade magic is enchanted. And then I think the upgrade divine is occult, and yeah, I think it's something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's kind of a system close to that. So I prefer just the regular weapon upgrades. So once I can get the large ember and give it to Andre, I'll be able to put my bandit's knife and my bow to +10, and then once I get the very large ember, you can bring it to +15. So that's kind of the way I like doing it, just because I I don't like the trial and error of trying to figure out like what kind of what weapons and what embers work in my favor against others. I was actually gonna buy heal here. That's why I put the talisman. Just kind of a side point because I want to show you guys how the miracles work. But I'll do that a bit later on once I have more souls. I didn't plan on doing it. I was just gonna do it since I was there. But since I I didn't have the souls, I figured I'll just keep going. So notice Lautrec is here. I'm gonna talk to him because I haven't talked to him. And then he'll disappear the next time I'm here, and then he'll reappear when I come back. So it's really weird, but it's something that happens. So you can see he's sitting right next to the Firekeeper, or in front of her. I don't know if he's got the eyes for her, the hots for kind of a mute lady stuck in a cell. Maybe he does. He's all talking about being creepy and stuff, and he's one creepy son of a bitch. Lautrec is a mysterious guy. But you'll realize that, I don't know, you might not like him. There's a real easy way to deal with him now. If you want a pretty damn good ring, you can actually just kick him off. You can see the opening there. You can kick him through that opening, and he kind of like won't attack you if you just kick him a couple times and you get the good hits. If he does attack you, he might be a problem this low in the game as far as soul level goes. So you just got to be careful what you deal with and how you deal with him. But you will also be able to face him later in the game. He will be even harder then because he'll be accompanied by a couple friends, I suppose. But it pays off more, or I find it pays off more to kind of deal with him later on in the game. So I'm going to go down to the ruins. And the reason being is because I haven't gone yet. I figured I'd go there, I'd kind of touch up on a little bit of stuff, and I would show you a little bit more of the exploration of the different areas. I also have a plan for one of the bosses, which I'm utilizing this bow a lot, and I've never used the bow, and I'm really enjoying it because it has helped like in a few fights. Like even the butterfly, it's been really helpful to use the bow. So I'm hoping the longbow is gonna like be really good for me, and we'll see once I get it like completely maxed to 5, and then when I like go even higher. I may go some of the boss soul bows. I don't know how that works exactly. Like there are certain boss souls that can create certain objects or items. There are shields and different weapons just in general. And I know that I'm pretty sure there's a special bow that you can get. So I'm definitely gonna do that if it all goes well and if it's a really good dex scaling. Otherwise, what's the point? But if it's a good dex scaling, then I'll do that. I'll have to look up, but that's only later in the game anyways. I don't have to deal with that or worry about it now for a long time, actually, for quite a few episodes. This is a series, if all goes well and according to plan, might be like 50 to 60 episodes, maybe even longer, considering the speed I play and what I do and how much I decide to show. So this is the ruins anyways. This is a sunken city. The reason being it was sunken to block off kind of an evil and not have it escape, and that's what happened. It's the sunken city, the New Londo ruins. You have these Londos. You have New Londo and Anar Londo, which is later on in the game. So I don't know if they're related, same name, something like that. Like I said, I'm not big in the lore, so I'm not like I'm not sure, but it definitely sounds like something related. So little hidden spot here that I missed the first playthrough until a bit later on. There is actually a blacksmith down here. If you go down the stairs, it looks like it's a cutoff. And then there you can see a little bit in the background. We might be able to get to that later. We might not. Not a big deal. But yeah, so there is actually someone here. And it's kind of, you expect that the stairs just cut off so you can't go. Or maybe you can go in the water. I've tried it. I've died. But yeah, so this is just a blacksmith. He will take care of your magic enchantments. Rickard of Vinheim. He's quite a cool character. He's really like mysterious. He's like, I'm comfortable where I am. I don't want to leave this place because I don't want to be hollow and turn into like what you're dealing with and stuff like that. So he's pretty cool. He's really chill there. They all have the same kind of, the people from Vinheim all have the same sorcerer's like cloak and helm and stuff like that. So I guess he fits right into my alley because that's what he looks like he's wearing. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so if you bring him the right embers, he will make you the right weapons. You do need green Titanite shard for some of these. You need red Titanite shards for some, blue, and the white ones. It depends like what weapons you have. Right now all I can deal with are the Titanite shards, so I can't really get anything done. So I decide to just upgrade what I can with what I have. And it's not much, but whatever. Put the black leather up one, and then I had an extra Titanite shard, so I just decided to use it. Oh, the large Titanite shard, right. It came in handy because I was able to get it to +5, and then just with the one extra, or no, I have 3. Do I have 1 or 3? Yes, I have 3 Titanite shards, so I think I upgrade. Yeah, there you go. So +2, I got my +2 gloves. So I'm feeling a bit more confident. As far as like my build goes, I was gonna buy the soul arrows, and I wanted to show you guys some sorcery.
Come back soon.
Again, I'm not planning this. I'm not planning my playthrough. I'm doing it blind, knowing how to play it. So it's not blind, but I'm not like planning out what I'm doing during episodes. I just kind of go with the flow. Whatever feels right, and so I kind of moved to that. So I decided I was gonna buy them, and then I realized it cost a shit ton, and I didn't have enough. So I try to get some souls for you guys so I can go buy it, and it does work out quite cool. So this is the plan I was talking about. You can see that dragon. That is a dragon. It's a decaying dragon. He's all like hanging on the cliff, and he's almost not making it and stuff like that. And he's just sleeping, so he's completely not hostile. You can walk past him. You can actually go collect an item. He won't wake up. If you collect those 2 items, he will actually wake up, and he will try to mess you up. So what I do is I grab the soul, and then really quickly I get by with grabbing these 2 items. Now it kind of screws me up because I don't want to fight him. Yeah. So I was like, well, I want the other item because it's Dragon Crest Shield, which is actually quite good. It will be more useful later on when I'm fighting the right people or the right mobs, but I didn't need it right away, so I still figured I'd pick it up. I think what I'm going to do against this guy is I'm just going to use a bow from far away and a little bit of sorcery, and I'm just going to kick his ass from further away. A little bit of poison damage, not too much, not enough to really like screw my day up. But he can, even though he doesn't move, he can still be pretty deadly. He will swing at you, and he's got that acid move. That's pretty much all he has. But he can really like screw you up if he hits you once or twice and stuns you or whatnot. So you can get in trouble there. You just have to be careful not to like maneuver too close to him. You can do the technique where you go in for a hit, you fall back, and I've done that a couple times with like a longer range weapon, but I'm not comfortable doing it with the bandit's knife, and especially not at like such a low damage ratio compared to like his HP. So like I said, I'm just gonna go with the bow when I have more arrows and when it's higher upgraded. It'll just give me some souls and a dragon scale, I believe. So that's about all that he will kind of provide for me. Now, I didn't know how to go about this area. There are these big guys with clubs, and they can be quite deadly, and you'll see they are deadly. So I decided to go with the bow. I'm feeling more confident. I want to use it more. I want to try it more. There you can see it's the same requirements, apart from you need extra strength and dexterity to wield it. And the bow's not even to the level 5, so it will kick ass once it's at level 5 compared to the short bow, so it's better in that sense. But yeah, so I just use a bow. I figured, what the hell, I'll give this a try. 105 damage for, it was a crit though, but 86 damage with the bow against these guys are pretty good. You'll see kind of the damage output I do with my sword is not even close to that. So the bow is actually quite good to use. So we'll see how that goes. The best thing for these guys, they're pretty slow, so just go around, get a backstab, get another one. It might take 2 or 3 backstabs, but I mean, they're pretty slow, so you can do it. I screw up again with the bow because I'm cocky, and I get myself killed here in a minute, but it's not a big deal. Shit happens, right? And well, speaking of shit, they drop dung pies, which is shit. I don't know why the damage output is different. I think it's probably how long you're aiming it, and when you let go, I don't know. Oh wow, Look at this guy full of arrows. Headshots seem to be kind of a crit thing, because I hit him twice, stunned him. It looked like headshots. I don't know if that's how it works. I don't know. But yeah, right now I'm doing this to collect souls, so I can actually go buy the rest. Well, the rest. I can actually go buy the sorceries. Because, like I said, they're quite useful, and I love the int build, the intelligence build. Sorry, I'll say intelligence build instead of int build, because even when I heard int build for the first time, I was like, what? Shit happens, right? I was aiming and shooting too much, and I wasn't paying attention. But anyways, this about wraps the episode. On a death, good place to wrap up. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, and yeah, bye.